Hello, hello. Welcome all to Alchemy Avenue. I am your host, David. This is the first episode, so I'll be doing a brief introduction to give you some just background about me, why I'm doing this, and just the purpose of what we'll be talking about and the things that we'll explore and dive into about, spirituality, self growth, shadow work, healing, and being the best version of yourself. That's kind of some of the basis. So let's kind of get into it. So, Alchemy Avenue, first episode. Let's start with it. I'm happy. I'm excited. Something I've been wanting to do. Just kind of in your mind, you have these ideas about different things, and then sometimes you see them, but then you don't believe them. But now, you gotta get in a space where you just gotta, you don't even, it's not even that you care so much about other people. You really care about you and how you present yourself, really, because everything's a mirror. So it's that time. It's that time. And I'm thoroughly excited. So, welcome to Alchemy Avenue, a space transformative, elevated, and remembering who you are type of podcast that we're going to have here. I'm your host, David. I am a powerful, crafty, intuitive architect of light. I love to create. I love to build. I love to imagine. I move with purpose, and I find joy in planning and executing with like minded individuals. I really love being around other people that kind of have that same process. And even if I'm not, I'm guided and I'm never alone. So I have my guides, ancestors, other different, things that I see in my mind's eye that I dream about that are always assisting me throughout the day. So I feel empowered all the time to do all the stuff that I want to do. So I have a spiritual crew, as I like to call it, just pushing me to more and more each and every day. And I know that I'm divinely supported, especially with doing something like this. I already know. Um, I'm intuitive. I see auras, light codes, as you see behind me. That's some written light language. I speak light language as well. I live in a space where I pray for this in my 20s that I will get to a space where I'm comfortable with myself, which I didn't really understand what that meant at that time. I was going through a lot of different things in my early 20s, late 20s. And the main thing I kept hearing was keep going, keep going, keep going. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't even understand what that even looked like. But now I realize just with meditation, like I said, shadow work, and just healing parts of me, I do understand now that I'm that version that was whispering to that 20, 22, 23, 26 year old David, like, keep going, keep going. You got it. You got it. You're going to be okay. You Things are going to be way better than you can even anticipate. And that's definitely where I'm at. So doing shadow work and allow me to be the best version that I am right now. Of course, I'm still evolving and expanding and being in a space where you recognize that and you can see some of your triggers and a lot of your things that come up. You can see them and then you're able to, react differently, or even you can choose to react in certain ways before things may get out of control or a breakdown can happen. You're able to catch it and then just say, okay, no, I don't want to go that way. So that's something that's been thoroughly helpful, thoroughly helpful. So not some people may think of healing and shadow work as you killing parts of those parts of yourself, and to me, it's not that. I have healed, harmonized, and balanced those areas in my life to be more constructive. So I don't need certain validation from other people, even from parents and people in my family. I don't need it. because I mean it's nice to have, of course, but I don't need it because I've built and continue to pour myself daily. So any extra that I get is, is that is extra. It's extra because I continue just to pour in myself. So let's see. This, on my healing journey, I live a fantastic life of inner power, peace, love, and joy. Just a little background about myself. I've been married to my wife since 2011, and we have a wonderful relationship. I had a son before I met her, so that's our bonus son. And then we got two daughters that are 12 and 7. My oldest daughter she's the producer of tonight's show. So she's definitely helping and always ready to be supportive. So, and she just had a wonderful softball game today. So shout out to my oldest daughter. Oh yeah. So shout out to her. So yeah, that's a little bit of background about me. Like I said, I'm married, kids. So I got a lot of perspective, even from when first having kids and even now. And then even, living a life of, just the spirituality. You just see things different. Even the way you used to see things, you don't cringe at the way you used to think. You learn. You definitely learn. So I definitely am very appreciative of how my journey has taken me to where I'm at today. So let's break it down. What is this podcast? Alchemy Avenue. Why would you call it that? What does that even mean? Well, let's see. So alchemy is an ancient practice once about turning base materials into gold. That's what they used it for. And curing diseases and even seeking immortality. That's something that they try to do with using alchemy. But to me, alchemy is much deeper. It's about inner transformation. It's about turning your personal experiences, lessons, traumas into your own kind of gold. So it's not the physical gold in that aspect as like the raw material of like gold, but you as mold, clay, however you see yourself, using all those different things. Because to me, I don't think it's a fruitful way to go about it and saying I want to kill those areas of my life. No, I want to harmonize and balance. Because those still are things that I go with every day. Like you take you everywhere you go. That's my thing. So you still need to honor those places and be able to put them in their proper perspectives. And then also looking into inner transformation, turning everything and excluding nothing, everything into something that you can love as you continue just to go forward. That's the path, the journey. So it's definitely wide open. So so that's alchemy. So if we look at avenue, that's the path, the journey, a wide open lane for expansion, an access point to many directions. You're being led into the places you want to go. It's just if you trust it or not, because either way you're gonna go in whatever direction. And if you're confident, it'll feel more at ease and at peace. If you're less confident, it's going to be more nervous and more unsure. To me, and this is just a thing I just recently learned just doing meditation, that I trust the signal more than I trust the shape. Meaning that, okay, I got the frequency and I feel the vibration of where I'm going. Now, I understand it's going to be a place of my highest good, and I'm going to be in a space of it's always going to work out. How is it going to work out? I'm not necessarily married to how. I just know if I stay at my high vibration and a place of confidence and expectation, it works out. Because I have proof. I have thoroughly seen the proof of what that looks like, and I'm very happy. Very, very, very happy. So to put them together becomes a powerful reminder that we have the ability to shift evolve, and expand to every direction. You don't have to fear the path ahead. You just trust the internal GPS. Don't need its shape. Don't need to understand what it's going to look like. And a lot of times you do get a glimpse, or okay, it's going to be something. It's going to be this, but you're still not necessarily married to, even if it's not. To me, because everybody calls this a matrix. This is a game, but understanding that that's how you play the game. That's how you expand. This is what we're here for. You here, so why not have fun with it? So whether we're talking about energy, creativity, family, legacy, definitely talking about gifts. Definitely talking about gifts and how to harmonize, balance, and use those. I'm talking about every gift. And I call everything a gift. Actually, I call it more like technologies. I call it, yeah. So all the technologies. And I'm talking about as far as being an intuitive, being an empath, all the clairs, everything that you can think of, even the stuff that they say you're crazy. You hear voices, okay. Let's figure out how to harmonize, balance traumas within you. So now you're able to trust those voices and knowing other voices are coming from a place of light, love, and peace and joy. So now you're able to use them if you are a factory worker, if you work on Wall Street, if you're a lawyer, if you work at a dealership, or if you work at a restaurant. How do you harmonize and use those gifts? Because you should be able to take those gifts everywhere you go. They shouldn't be, in my opinion, they shouldn't be separate. So we're definitely talking about that. Of course, healing, and what matters the most, that we move in joy and love, no matter what's going on. So we don't need permission. We don't need compromise. We don't need comparison. We just need to stay true to our rhythm. Find the people that resonates with everything that we're doing, even if it's just a small group. Let it be that. That's fine. That's fine. As long as we live in our life as our true and authentic self, your tribe, your crew, your people, they'll come. They'll come. So we use our voice to amplify our mission. So welcome to Alchemy Avenue. Let's build. Let's expand. Let's transform. Let's do all those things. But let's do them with a smile on our face. Let's do them even if it hurts. Let's do it in a space where, it all works out. Okay. It may look different to some people. It may not make sense to other people. But it makes sense and it's clear to you. So with that, that's enough. That's actually more than enough. So that wraps up kind of how I wanted to start this first episode. We'll definitely be diving into some different topics and different things moving forward. Thank you again to my daughter Kennedy for being the producer on the back end of this. So peace.